Hello everyone and welcome to round 12 of the AOR PC Split 1 Season 10 Championship around Italy, around the Monza circuit. And firstly I have to say I'm sorry for the lack of videos, and there's certain reasons for that. One reason is basically that I do not have any footage to share actually. This was the last race before the 2 break weeks came for me. At least I didn't participate in Singapore because I was on holidays. So this was basically my last race. I think there's one more video that I've so planned in the near future, also regarding F1 games, but I think in the next couple of weeks, months, until the season is ending at least, there are basically only league racing videos from this AOR league. Yeah, there's basically nothing different to share at the moment, and I do not really have time to start a new project and stuff like that because of school. And well, that's sort of a mini update, and we're concentrating now on this round 12 Italy, preparing us for the first 2 corners into this very hard braking zone, into this chicane, and we are clipping both apexes very nicely indeed, and having a almost perfect exit. I think that was one of the best first chicane I ever made at Monza. I think also in practice, that was a good section for me because I had a good setup. I had certain reasons that I had a good setup, and that chicane was a pretty messy, very wide entry, and also sliding on the exit. That was not good at all. Into the 2 Lesmos, and a good exit out of the second Lesmo, despite missing the apex just a little bit there, opening up the DRS and having saved a little bit of my curse. And now into the very trickiest car chicane, and clipping the apex here nicely and not cutting nor extending. That was pretty much perfect, and using the rest of our curse now and preparing for the ultimate parabolica down into second gear even, and a little bit cautious on the throttle. Could have been a little bit faster through there, but certainly got our line there, and it is going to be a 120.2, which is a good lap. It's I think 2/10 of my PB if I'm not mistaken, but I think that was a very clean and very tidy and a very good lap in my opinion. And yeah, on pole position we have Fissler in the Red Bull, but disqualifying himself basically the same as Marco did. He just decided to start at the back of the field, and 2 K-Temps actually in second and third. That's very surprising in front of us, and Dashima also with a very strong qualifying. Kluski just behind us for 400th actually. Marco in 7th, Honey Badger in 8th, again starting on the prime tires, so that's quite a trend he's setting at the moment. Nikki is in 9th, and Double D only in 10th, despite only 7/10 off pole, so that's very close together. Everyone's pretty much close together in the top 10. Lucas is in 11th, Kauk in 12th, and Nuka completing the field for today with 1.6 seconds off pole position. So Kauk and Honey Badger the only 2 who are starting on the prime tires at the start of this race. And also no 0% chance of rain also for the race, which is certainly good around this track. I do not really like. I wouldn't really have liked that. So race strategies: 2 stop, 2 times selecting the prime tires. Here's my setup: 111 balance. It's sort of a similar setup to Bahrain, except the brake balance, to be honest, where I ran 52 high standard, not 51 in the rear high standard. Like I did this for this one. I felt comfortable with that, very comfortable actually on the brakes, and which is certainly sometimes my weakness. I have to still sometimes my weakness, but I'm getting along with these brakes very well, and it also helps me to brake a little bit later than possibly others who are struggling even more on the brakes. So I think we're set and we are pretty good here, prepared for this race, as we were in Spa as well. Not as much, but I think we are very good, and also in front of the Ferrari, so that's very good. But the race is long, 27 laps of little Monza, beginning right away, and let's see how long here. Fissler's going out of the way as I predicted, and go straight, and not using too much of my curse because it's very narrow, and we try to brake very as early as possible. Running a little bit deep, and now our teammate on the outside, and we can't really get on the throttle because we are just on the inside. Have the inside line. It's better if you have the outside line for the second turn for turn 2, and we're losing that position to a teammate, which is not. I mean, doesn't really matter, does it? And just main thing is now concentrate and yeah. Just do not lose too many positions, I guess, because Marco's now right behind us, and he will, of course, try to make a move as soon as possible if we're making a mistake. But at the moment, we are still having this loose stream and stuff, so it will be difficult for him to overtake us until DRS is not detected. And very good Ascari from us, also tidy. That's my aim. That's my main thing here around this. Try to drive as clean as possible, as AOR also, well, supposed to be, I guess. Oh, that's an incident in front of us. I think Glowski got a little pushed off the track. I'm not too sure, but it was very, very close. And he got on the grass there, and spun not entirely around, but I think he lost 3 positions of that. And maybe we can make a move on Dashima. We're braking a little bit late, but he's shutting the door just in front of us. And before we can do it any further into turn 2, would have been difficult either way to accelerate out of that corner equally to him. And Marco is very, very close behind us, but he's not really trying to make a move here into the chicane. Braked very, very early for that. Just try to not lock up in these early stages, which is, well... But P4 at the moment, and it's a Caton one too. I really should have pointed out that a little bit more, because that's very, very rare. And I think Titan is leading in front of Cool Cat, so... I mean, both had some good races in this season, but especially Cool Cat with China and with 3 podiums this season so far. So he's definitely looking to repeat those results, as Marco is now having a look at us, and there's a little bit of contact there, as he also runs a little bit too deep for his standards into that corner, which just well, I turned a little bit, I turned in and I thought he would make the apex, but he didn't, so that made this contact, and that pushed us wide. We couldn't really do. There's something there, as now Double D breaks very, very late into the chicane. Can he stop it right away? He can, but we have the outside line for turn 2. We have the better traction out of there, but he seems to use his curls as he does. We do not. We should have. We really should have done. And ooh, actually, he's just lagging a tiny bit, which I don't know. Just tapped him, and then he lost a huge amount of speed. I don't know why that happened, but certainly have to watch out for that little lag he's having. You can see that a little bit. He's jumping around just a tiny bit. And we're missing the apex once again for this second Lesmo, and that will now allow Fluidsky also to get past. So that was not a good third lap for, from us. Very, very unfortunate that contact with Marco we had, which just compromised our straight line speed onto start finish straight. Then we shouldn't have used curse to defend from Double D, which we didn't, and then we're losing another position due to missing the apex of the second Lesmo. So I mean, again, it's typical. It's a typical Ycoms basically. It's just these tiny little errors that are so frustrating, and it's basically the same as in Spa so far, but still, race is long. Oh, so fastest lap from the Shima actually, who's still running in P3. As what happened to Cool Cat? I missed that. I remember that he had some kind of issue, but I just don't know what happened actually. So we're skipping now to lap 5, still in very close proximity to each other here in the field. I think Dashima dropped a little bit back from Marco, who's now catching, about to catch Titan as Klodski dives into the pits. The first man into the pits. That was planned. Lap 5 and lap 6. We're breaking very early for the chicane. We're not really that confident at the moment. really go on this limits on the brakes and just yeah, edge out the track. We really do not do that at the moment after this after lap 3, I think it was. So we're diving into the pits with Double D, yes, and the Shima is what should I say? I forgot what I wanted to say, basically. But I think I just wanted to figure out when the Caterhams pitted. There was a Caterham in front who pitted. I think that was Titan. I'm not entirely sure, and I think Cool Cat pitted before. He's now behind Fistler. I'm not sure. I think Cool Cat is behind Fistler at the moment, who sets a new fastest lap. So he, I think he pitted on lap 4 or something. So that's a pretty early pit stop. And lap 7 behind Double D. And that's basically still out lap, and he makes a huge mistake into Ascari, does Double D, and they're taking that position with relative ease, but it was very, very close. Actually came across a little bit. I think it was a little cheeky move he made there just to not lose too much speed, but that didn't work out for him, luckily. Would have been a little bit unfair, I guess, either way. But, I mean, not something you should do. Oh, as Dashima's coming out of the pit, and Marco as well, and again we're braking very, very early, but Double D does not outbrake us this time, and it's the undercut from Kloutski actually did work pretty well. He undercutted Marco and the Shima is now behind us, so that's very good. We are think with where if everyone has pitted, we should be in P4 if I'm not mistaken. So we're still I mean us four, the two constructors basically at the moment very, very close together. So that's I mean that's the main championship that's still very, very open between us Marouches and the Ferraris, which will be very, very difficult for us, to be honest, simply because now Double D is starting to finish races, and I personally have to step up my game. Kloutski simply has got the race intelligence to do to keep up there, and has maybe sometimes a little bit better consistency than me, and that's basically why he is in front of these races at the moment. This is why he's in front as well at the moment. And now we have to watch out for Double D. We are not having DRS from Marco, who just popped out of that DRS zone, and ooh, what was that? Just out of nowhere, locking our front tires, which was I mean, we're right behind the car, which is not really good under braking, but I couldn't understand it really, as Dashima on option tires, if I picked that right. He's on option tires, so 2 times option tires for him, and well, loads of oversteer here into the chicane. So again, just within 4 corners, very, very badly, and we're losing about 3 seconds and 2 positions. So I mean, yeah, it's still the same issue as that was in previous races. We showed it this season that we are capable of not doing those things, but we are still doing it in these races at the moment. That's why we just had more points covered in the first 6 races than in these last 6 races. So yeah, that's basically the reason why I'm just not getting into that podium's positions. I know I can do, but at the moment it's not really looking like it, although this field is very, very close together. I think Titan is still leading in front of Marco and Kloutski and Marco, and lap 13 now. Well, 1.5 seconds to Double D, and we are making another mistake into the chicane. We are just about to grab those 5/10s. I mean, they were battling very, very hard, and we could have caught up to that front group, but with that mistake we are losing a little bit more time than again, and now Fizzler right behind us, but he has certainly older tires than us, at least 2 laps, so he shouldn't be just big danger, but he's coming very, very close. We're taking good Ascari. That was a section where I just drove very, very consistently through. Didn't make any mistakes through there, I guess. I think so, at least. And this guy Fizzler going up the inside. No, he's not that keen. I think it's not really a good thing to go side by side through Parabolica, because the slightest contact can end that the car on the outside is running out of space and just dips it into the grass, which can be very, very dangerous. So yeah, that's why I do not think that's a good thing to do. But anyway, we had well, we should have defended there as well with our Kurt after that poor exit out of the second corner. But we once again didn't defend, and just Fizzler is going past us. And Honey Badger now behind, who should be on the prime tires, but he certainly has the same strategy as last time out, and at the moment he's not looking too bad. I think he has now the freshest tires out of everyone, so if he's keeping up the pace, he should get to the front at the end of the race, as Fizzler makes a mistake into Ascari, but we cannot really do anything about it, as Honey Badger has a great run out of that, and we can't really just get out of the slipstream of Fizzler, because Honey Badger is down. He's taking both positions in front of the Parabolica, does Honey Badger, so that worked out pretty well for him, and having loads of O's the Parabolica corner, which can be very, very I mean well, here comes the weave, basically the angry weave. It's not really, it's too many little mistakes once again, as Fizzler makes a little bit of a lock-up into the first corner. Oh, he's cutting it, so he just lets us through. I think it seems just for a moment that he could make the corner, but he just wasn't able to actually in the end. And look at this, in these 2 laps we were 1.5 behind Double D, and I think in lap 11 we had even DRS, so, and now we are about 3-4 seconds behind, and look at this 1 lap later. I mean, they're battling only 2 seconds behind that group. It's very, 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 very close together. They're very close together. And yeah, I mean, again, a mistake into the chicane, but more lockups than I did in the entire... Oh, okay. Well, again, on lap 17 here, I think that's the 3rd time in this chicane, and at the moment not really one of a corner. I cannot get that corner right at the moment. This, I mean, it is a very, very tricky chicane. It's a very odd chicane also, so you really have to watch out for that, and just well, doing a little bit too many lockups in that corner. As we catched up to the Shima, who's going into pits as well at the end of lap 17. Klawitsky was in 1 lap earlier, and you can see Double D also going out of his pit box. And there's Cool Cat coming in with us as well. I think Titan was the first man who pitted in the front group. Yeah, here you go, 20.8. What a crazy lap time that is. On lap 17, of course, on prime tire, so that's a crazy, I mean, that's an absolutely crazy lap time. So yeah, we just try. I don't know if he had DRS or something. He has to have. I mean, he should have had DRS, because that's yeah. Well, I don't know how you're doing a 20, even a 20 without, even with DRS is a little bit more difficult, I guess. So we're setting a 21.6 at the moment on lap 19, and Dashima is pulling away once again. We cannot keep that pace up. We cannot be over a single lap. I assume that he's faster. I assume that, but as he was also in qualifying, he was in front of us in qualifying. But you can't really keep that consistency up. You can see 4 tenths better than on the previous lap. and lap 20 wasn't really good. Ethos wasn't really good. That basically means it, and just well, try to keep it now consistent for those final 2 laps. And if they start battling again, we do not have many laps. We still, still have maybe a slight chance to catch up to them, but at the moment, really not looking like it. You can see Titan is in the battle with Marco for the lead, and then there's a group of 3, 4, 5, and Dashima catching up to that group, and 2.1 seconds 1 lap afterwards on lap 23. Yes, making again a lockup into the first chicane, and we're cutting across it. I think that's brake pressure, not the brake pressure, brake balance was not really, I think it was a good decision in practice, but when we're getting into a race, you're always more nervous, and you're stamping a little bit more on the brakes than you really have to, and the trail braking is not working as it should sometimes. So I think we should have gone for a little bit of a safer brake balance here. But small things, very, 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 very small things that are missing at the moment, and just have to try to prevent Fissler from overtaking us. Oh, huge incident in front, Dashman without a front wing. I wonder what happened there in front. I think it was an issue with Double D in Parabolica with a sidecar glitch moment or something, if I remember that correctly, and that's gifting us a position. 2 laps remaining. Very, very unfortunate for Dashima, who had a fantastic race. He just got back to his old, I think, to his old level. He never had, he didn't have a good race so far when he joined at Silverstone, and now he could have get at least P6, and that's very, very unfortunate for him. I think he's not even getting points today, as the field is not that far behind, as Marco crosses the line to get his fourth win of the season, 4th or 5th win of the season, and it's Honey Badger taking 2nd place. So again, the right strategy call for Honey Badger to do this Prime Promotion didn't really paid off for him once again. Titan really dropping off in the end. I think that was a little bit too much of an undercut in the end, and very, very close for 3rd position with Lewitsky, but that was very, very intense in the end. Double D getting 5th position, we're getting again a 6th position, which is a very, very familiar position for us, isn't it? Fissler is in 7th again, and again the first 7 guys within 9 seconds. So it's very, very close. It's very, very close at the moment. So, and Lucas not getting points. The Williams not getting points today, and Dashima with going on to the option tires in the end. He's having that fastest lap of the race with a 120.2, which, well, is still very crazy considering he hadn't had DRS, I think. So, sorry. Drivers' Championship, Marco is now leading with 81 points in front of Magnus. And that's very, very much, and I do not really think that someone can challenge him. For me, he's got it in the bag. He's so consistent. He does not get disconnected or something. So I think he has it in the bag. Magnussen still in 2nd. We still have 3rd position, but after Singapore we were dropping back to 4th. I couldn't assume that, as Klewitsky got 4th in this race after a very turbulent race at Singapore, I have to say. But well, you have to watch that on another channel, I guess. I do not have any footage on that. Constructors' Championship, we're losing a little bit again on the Ferraris. I think that's 33 points, but it's still not too much. So still everything open, and McLaren still in 3rd position. So that was it from this race. Bye bye.